I thought I
Yeah,
must
look,
have.
I'm 83, I'm going to 84. I haven't had a good year medically, but I'm turned the corner. I'm nearly right, but not right yet. But, I think back 24 years ago, what a memorable visit experience that was. I'll never forget it. It was a changer of many people's lives, including myself. I became a great passionate supporter of India cricket. I developed great relationships with people like Sachin Tendulkar, Ravi Shastri, etc., etc. And we look forward on Thursday with nostalgia to see, what after 24 years, what has evolved, what has changed, and a lot's changed. But for me personally, outside South Africa, I've always had wonderful closeness with people in India. They remain very good friends of mine, and it was a wonderful experience. I must have gone to India 20 times in my life, and I love that country dearly. Simple as that.
Yeah, and you were the first one who had talked about Ravi, and you said, after Benoit and Chappell, you were right there. I remember you said it years and years ago, and Ravi was extremely proud of the fact that you had predicted it, and that has turned out to be true. I mean, as a commentator.
Yeah, and then I met Cyril Gavaskar. He too has remained a very close friend of mine. So we watch you and look forward to the game on Thursday with profound interest. That particular match on the Sunday, was memorable. I remember. Can I tell you about that day?
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, I can remember that day. We arrived at the ground and I think we won the toss. We batted first, and I was on the field, and then Jimmy Cook and Andrew Hudson went out to open up batting, and I had one look at Andrew Hudson, and God, he was not white. That would be the understatement. The crowd was over 90,000 people. And we went out to bat, and I knew the first ball on his wicket, he's gone. The emotion was too much to him, and there was a couple of deaths. I remember in bowling, I think the third ball, and then middle stump gone. And Alan Donald got 5 wickets. Sachin Tendulkar got about 62, and he in fact won the game for India. We won that game. And I remember at the end of the day's play, I managed our team. It was the only time I've managed a cricket team in my life. And I went into the Indian change room just to congratulate him on a wonderful match. And they couldn't work it out because at that time, for the opposition manager to come into the Indian change room was unheard of.
Okay.
And I went to Tendulkar, didn't know him. I congratulated him. And we've remained close friends ever since. And Ravi Shastri, Sunil Gavaskar remained very close friends of mine. Amit Mehta, Vishy in Mumbai.
Yes.
Very close to him. Well, we speak almost every day now.
Okay. Dr. Bacher, I remember before the match, I was doing an interview with you before that 91 match, and you said, look out for the white lightning. You said, Alan Donald, that's what he was named, and he was sensational. We had not seen anything like that.
He got 5 wickets.
Yes.
Anyhow, look, that was a great event, but the event that changed. Are you taking notes?
No. Yeah, I'm just recording it.
Yeah, the event that changed Indian cricket is as follows. Before we left for India, I had a meeting in Johannesburg outside my house with National Panasonic, one of the companies supporting cricket. And I said to him, listen, we're going to India, that's historic, but we also need to make sure that the match is shown here on television into South Africa. So I had $250,000 rand in my back pocket. So I met Dalmia, and at that time, Indian cricket in India, the national broadcaster televised the matches and never paid the Indian board anything, no money. And then I arrived and I said to Dalmia, I said, listen, we've got to show this game in South Africa. And I said, listen, I'll give you $250,000 rand for that to happen. And I'll never forget his eyes like opened up. He couldn't believe it, that he would get someone for that particular event. And that changed the future destiny of Indian cricket, because he realized there and then the commercial value of Indian cricket in India and the financial benefits they could accrue to India by televising the matches in India, but making sure that the money went not to the national broadcaster, but to the Indian Cricket Board. And so it turned out, and from that moment on, he was a star Dalmia. He moved Indian cricket in a different direction. And today, Indian cricket is probably one of the richest sporting bodies in the world.
That's right. And from there, Dr. Bacher, you played in Gwalior, I remember. You went to Mother Bros India's palace. We all went with you.
Yeah, that was the second game. We lost that game,
and then third, one of the games you had won. So it was 2-1 in favour of India.
No, we won. In the third game was in Delhi.
Yes.
And I think Ravi Shastri, he got 100.
Yeah.
And I never forget, because notwithstanding he got 100, he was booed all the time.
Yes.
And then I asked people, what's going on here? He said, listen, that's Indian cricket. It's Mumbai versus Delhi, and Mumbai people and Delhi don't get on. So they booed him and he got 100. But we won that particular game.
Yes.
So we lost the series 2-1, but it was a start of a great relationship between South African cricket and Indian cricket. And I'm pleased to say that Steve Wall, one of my great friends, great cricketer, he never won a test series in India, never.
That's right.
But South Africa did. There was one memorable test match in Kolkata, not that particular one, where Gary Gerson got 100 in both innings.
Yes.
And I think Lance Krusner got about 7 wickets. We won that test match.
That was in 96-97.
Yeah, there you are, sir. But look, we've got fond memories, but I think what's changed in Indian cricket was he just retired. What's he? Not right. He just retired.
Virat Kohli?
Yeah, Virat Kohli. In my opinion, he changed Indian cricket, because up to then, the views held around the world that you played Indian cricketers, they're very nice people, good gentlemen, but they weren't tough enough mentally. That was the kind of viewpoint held around the world of cricket. And then Virat Kohli came, and I saw him on the field. I saw him when he captained India, and he kind of came across like an Australian, tough, mentally tough, all the time pushing his players, and you could see it on the field of play. And I think Virat Kohli was the person, in my opinion, who changed the mental attitude of the Indian cricketers to stand up and be mentally tough and take on the opposition. And today India is a formidable cricket team. I mean, I watched that game in England the last day.
Yes.
Where it appeared that England would walk in that game. Yes. And then as they went on the field of play, and I saw your new captain,
Shubman Gill,
and I watched him carefully. He was calmness personified. He kept the players together. He didn't allow anybody to go overboard. And I think he won that game because he he showed leadership qualities that under pressure you must remain calm, and he was calmness personified. So, and he's also a wonderful batsman, so I think you've got a leader there who will lead Indian cricket with great distinction in the years to come.
And Dr. Bacher, Saurabh Ganguly, who is the president of the local association, he obviously wanted you to be here because that would have been fantastic. But I guess your health does not permit you to travel long distance. Is that so?
Yeah, look, it would be, if there was an invitation that came to me, who knows? Maybe I would have made the effort, but nobody phoned me. So look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, I watched with great interest, excitement on Thursday to the match. Tell Saurabh Ganguly, look, maybe another day, but it wasn't to be, and it's not the end of the world. The event must take place. I'll watch every ball bowled on Thursday, and it's going to be a fantastic.
Okay, so you were saying that if invited, you would have tried to come down to Kolkata?
Look, I would have needed. I would have had to take it to my specialist physician, see how he responded.
Okay.
Look, who knows? If I had right help and assistance, who knows? I might very well have gone to Kolkata, but nobody phoned me, and that's not the end of the world. It's not in the world.
So, do you travel these days? Dr. Bacher?
No, basically I remain in South Africa.
Okay.
I'm 83, going 84. I've got to watch myself. To tell Saurabh, don't worry.
Yes.
More important event takes place, and I think it's going to be a fantastic event on Thursday with great memories for many, many people, not only for me.
And there is huge demand for tickets, which is not. It is surprising, keeping in mind the fact that there hardly been demand for Test cricket, but the ground will be full.
Oh, wonderful. Look, I'll never forget when we landed in Kolkata and we got on our bus and we went to the hotel, and it's anticipated 100,000 people lined the streets of India to welcome South Africa for the first time ever.
But Dr. Bacher, the same thing had happened when we landed in Durban in '92. I was there with the team, and you got a huge reception in Durban.
Yeah. Look, we have a special relationship. It's historically the importance was that in 1948, when the Nationalist Party became the government of South Africa and they introduced apartheid, the first country to leave South Africa was India.
Yes.
First country. And then you go back to 1991, and then at the ICC meeting, there's a long history why, unbelievably so, India proposed that we be readmitted to war cricket. It was mind-boggling. And then there's a whole story about that one, but that's for another day. And India did. They proposed, and off we went, and they supported our application to become a full member. It was unbelievable.
Do you miss Jaggu, Dr. Bacher?
Look, Jaggu was... There were two parts to him. He was a great, I would say, entrepreneur.
Visionary?
When he saw something that was good, he held on to it and he wouldn't let go. He was probably the most determined, dogmatic administrator I ever met. And we had a very good relationship. I mean, he made that tour possible. I reckon I must have had about 30 phone calls with him. Never met him, but David Richards said I should phone Dalmia. So we had that phone calls, and so it happened. But down the years, when he became ICC president, I don't want to go into why. Our relationship wasn't that good. But be that as it may, it doesn't matter. But he will be always the person I will always remember as the administrator in India that saw our potential and the potential of Indian cricket with South Africa and made it happen. So, I always have good memories of Jaggu. Always will.
And it is wonderful speaking to you, Dr. Bacher, after several years. And we still go back and we still remember how helpful, how gracious you were in South Africa and outside South Africa. And I can never forget that. Sorry.
My pleasure. If you see Sarah, tell him not to worry. I'll watch with great, profound interest the match on Thursday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much for the Nelson Mandela interview. I can never ever repay that. But
yeah, he was the most unbelievable person, that chap. The greatest, my biggest privilege and honor was I had a nice, warm relationship with him. He was an unbelievable person. Lovely talking to you.
Yes, lovely talking to you, Dr. Bacher. Okay.
Thank you. My pleasure.